Hi and welcome again. And in this video, we'll take a look at how we can improve the resolution of our ADC for signals that are misaligned, right? Like we saw in the last video. So what we saw was these two kind of signals, and we said we looked at how these signals, because they are not misaligned to this range 0 to 5 volts, they are giving more error than is necessary. Now, what is the answer to this problem? How can we improve the resolution of our analog to digital conversion? And the answer is signal conditioning. Okay, what does signal conditioning do? What signal conditioning does is it converts this signal. Let's say this is your sensor output, the yellow signal. It converts from this signal into a signal like this, which sits within the range 0 to 5 volts. Similarly, if you have a sensor output like this green trace, what our signal conditioning circuit does is it converts the signal in such a way that we can have this signal between the range 0 to 5 volts as much as possible, right? So that's the function of our signal conditioning circuit. So let's take a little bit more detailed look at this. So if we want to go from this yellow signal to this signal, how do we do that? Well, the answer seems to be fairly straightforward, right? You just add an offset to this, add a constant signal to this yellow signal, and you would get the signal that is within the range of the 0 to 5 volts, right? So the signal conditioning, what does the signal conditioning do? It takes this signal, which is probably centered around 0 volts, and it shifts it up so that now it sits between 0 and 5 volts. And this is going to and this signal is going to span all the levels, all 8 levels of your ADC, and therefore it will have the minimum possible error that we can have. How do we convert from this signal to this signal? Well, again, the answer is signal conditioning. We want to convert from this signal to this signal, right? Here we had only a 2-level conversion, while here we will have a 8-level conversion because this spans the entire 0 to 5 volt limit. Now, in the next video, we'll look at how we can build these kinds of circuits. And I think the best way to do that would be to look at an example and to think through how we can do this kind of signal conditioning.